Hey guys, sorry this is late. This week's topic is a little off-putting, I guess. Interesting, but off-putting. So, I've decided on the drive back home from jiu-jitsu that we're going to do this specifically one-minded, okay? So obviously this is the year of fear. So since our topic is religion, we're going to discuss religion from the basis of fear, okay? Now, as we all know, a lot of religious stuff historically is based upon fear, oppression, politics. There's always a story, right? When people conquer other people, they impose upon them rules, religion, all sorts of different manners. So I'm going to completely say we're pushing that aside. I acknowledge that exists. We're going to look at it from today's standpoint, specifically the modern world. How we live, how we raise our children, how we respect other people and expect them to respect us. Make sense? I feel like that's a really long disclaimer for the idea of discussing religion. But because religion is so personal and sacred to each and every one of us, I want you to know that I respect whatever your viewpoint is from your own religion or on other religions. We're not going to look at it from any other viewpoint but that of fear, okay? Now, my personal experience, I wasn't raised anything specific, but I very much remember going to church and Sunday school. I remember there was a lot of fear-based teaching there at the religious Sunday school. Why? Because they want you to behave. They want you to be well behaved, hopefully they want you to do well and grow into a good person. But Sunday school specifically teaches a tremendous amount of fear, under the guise of religion. And of course we grow up from those stories. So at that point it was a Baptist church. No drinking, no smoking, no sex before marriage, anything like that. In fact, you weren't even allowed to ask about other religions. There was that one religion. That was it. As an adult, we know that's not true. In fact, we know there's a myriad of religions. Most of the modern ones are based specifically on Christianity, but even they can't agree. So there's the Episcopal, there's the Baptist, there's all sorts of Christian religions. Mormonism, there's the Muslims, there's heathens. I specifically group heathens differently than pagans because they would want that. The heathens, even Nordic, Celtic sort of people follow, most of them follow Astaru. I know I'm totally pronouncing that wrong. But that's their main thing. But even they have branches off of that. Pagans have a bajillion different branches. It's not that they don't believe in God. They simply don't believe in our God, per se. The Christian God. They don't believe in the Mormon God. They don't believe in the Muslim God. They believe in some of them only believe in one God. Some of them believe in multiple gods that aren't God. They're nature. Water, wind, air, earth, all that stuff. So they may not worship a specific God. They may simply respect nature and live in that particular manner. It's interesting that most religions do teach a specific amount of fear because they don't want you doing things, and they do want you doing other specific things. For instance, the Mormons are huge on tithing. Latter-day Saints, it is expected 10 to 15%, period, in the conversation. It's just how it is. Other religions, you put money into the Sunday church bowl and that's it. They don't ask you for a specific amount. You're just supposed to give what you have. And obviously it's meant to go towards the upkeeping of church to help missionaries and all that jazz. Is there fear in that alone? Is there fear that if the person next to you doesn't see you putting in as much as they put in, You know, is that's a pretty big judgment thing. In fact, a lot of churches give out little pouch envelopes so you can put whatever you're giving inside the envelope and then put it in the bowl. I always remember my dad giving me $2 for Sunday school to put in the plate, and it wasn't as much as other kids, I guess. And I was like, oh, you know, feel kind of bad, but I didn't really understand at that age. I was very young. It's very interesting to me, especially as I studied world religions. I really enjoy the idea of the mythology, the lore, the stories. I really like the stories, not having anything to do with religion specifically. I really like the stories that go into building a culture that the religion is based upon. But again, the stories themselves impose a specific amount of fear. So a lot of people who I find are say they're religious, go to church, often aren't very good people. It's true. It's true. A lot of the people that I find that are awesome people go to church occasionally, or are of a different religion that they don't go to church. But they are often the ones that I see in service of others. Volunteering, specific causes, following their passions in order to help others. You know, the people that knit for kids, or knit for the elderly, or knit for the homeless, you know, that sort of thing. Those are really the people that go to church. So it's interesting to see that comparison as well. And I'm sure that this is simply a generalization from my personal experiences, okay? I don't want people to be uppity and touchy about this. This is you looking at yourself and your religion, okay? This challenge has nothing to do with me and my beliefs. It's all about you and your beliefs, okay? So I'm giving you examples of how you can look at your religion and your belief system, whatever it may be. Perhaps you're not religious, maybe you're spiritual. So you look at it from that standpoint. What fear is there? Don't do bad things because you go to hell. Well, that's great, but is that fear specifically a motivator? Because people still commit crimes, and the people that get caught go to jail. But the people that don't get caught are probably more likely to commit crimes again. True story. So, what fear is in your religion? Is it hellbound? Is there punishment in the afterlife? Is there the threat of things to be withheld in this lifetime? If you're a bad person, no one will love you. If you're a bad person, God is going to just keep throwing terrible things in your path. If you're a bad person, karma will come around and bite you in the butt. Be open-minded. Be open-minded, okay? For me, I don't really see much fear in my life regarding that. But I'm not religious. I don't go to church. I choose to hang out with really awesome people. And some of them go to church and some of them don't. And that's okay. I used to have a fear in expressing my spirituality. If anything, I probably would be labeled a spiritualist, only because I'm a medium. Like, really, other than that, there's really not a label that fits. So, yeah. Sorry, babe. So look at it from your viewpoint, and then look at it from somebody else's viewpoint. If a Muslim were to look at your religion, would they say, my religion is way more forgiving about X, you know, maybe not Y, you know, whatever, but from my standpoint, X is a forgivable sin. Look at it from somebody else's viewpoint, maybe someone way more stringent, right? Go full on Mormon. Say, okay, well, none of that's allowed in my religion. You're completely and totally going to Hades. That's your punishment. That's the fear that's instilled. Okay, well, I just saw you drink a beer last weekend. You know, look for a balance. Look from one viewpoint that's different, and then look from another viewpoint that's different. Look along the spectrum. How would somebody else perceive your religion? How would you explain your religion to someone else? Is there fear? Is there fear? What do you fear about your religion? If someone that went to church with you found out you whatevered over the weekend, would you be castigated because of that? You know, would you be called out in church because you went to a bar and danced on a table? Would people judge you for that? Is there the fear of being found out of that? Some religions, some no. Some complete hypocrites. Maybe. So, I know this is a touchy subject. I don't want to be touchy. I don't. But I want you to honestly look specifically at your religion, your spirituality, the things that you honor and respect, and look for fear. And maybe go back to your childhood. Were you the church-going person in childhood? Did you have fear that Jesus was going to catch you smoking at a young age? And poof, you're going to hell. I don't know. Look for yourself, okay? I love you guys. This is a hard topic, so please be respectful to yourself and forgiving to yourself, all right? I love you. Have a great week. Enjoy your challenge.